If you want to learn about the best brands out there for elevated, beautiful clothing, but at a budget-friendly price, then this is the video for you. Today I've rounded up my favorite brands and I'll share with you why I think they are so exceptional. These brands produced beautiful, high quality clothing at excellent value for money. And I do feature my favorites and my viewers' favorites as well. So you're not just getting my opinion in this video, you are getting thousands of opinions and we can't all be wrong. So let's dive straight in. So for those of you new, my name's Trish and I started this channel a few years ago after an accelerated style journey where I basically threw out almost everything I owned. I do not recommend that, by the way. And I had to build back up completely from scratch. So I learned a thing or two along the way. And one of the things I learned was which brands consistently provide the highest quality at the best price point. So the very first one I want to talk about is And Other Stories. It's a high street, budget-friendly brand that provides really high quality and well-cut pieces in good natural fabrics. So it just ticks all of the boxes. I love their contemporary yet classic designs. I feel as though everything I buy from And Other Stories will really last the test of time in my wardrobe. And I really think you can't go wrong with them, regardless of whether you're buying shoes or items of clothing or accessories. They cover all of the bases really, really well. By the way, I should say that I have linked my Klarna shop down in the description box. So this is a collection of my favorite pieces from a lot of the brands I'm going to talk about today. So if you want to shop a curated collection of tried and tested pieces, then check out my link in the description box for the Klarna shop, because if I may say so myself, it is a very good resource if you're thinking of adding particular pieces. They are affiliate links, but the price for you remains the exact same, and anything you choose to purchase through those links supports this channel, for which I am very, very grateful. Okay, so the next brand I want to talk about, and viewers of this channel will be no stranger to this brand, I'm sure, because I have done a number of videos on this brand at this stage because I love it so much, and it is, of course, Sezane. They provide such beautiful, thoughtful, well-designed pieces in good quality natural fabrics. They're well cut, well constructed, and they have a level of detail to them that you rarely see at this low price point. Sezane, I feel, are extremely reasonably priced. You normally get their pieces for around the €100 mark, and considering the detail and the thought and the craft that goes into their pieces, I think they provide phenomenal value for money. They also do amazing classic pieces. So again, if you're looking for something that will really stand the test of time in your wardrobe, I've recently found the best white shirt from Sezane, and after an extended search, I've also found the best denim shirt on the market, again from Sezane. So I could not recommend them more highly. They are well worth your attention if you haven't discovered them already. I'm going to move on to a mid-range brand now, and one that I have spoken about a number of times before on my channel. And before I speak about them, I'm just going to give a little bit of context when it comes to the world of clothing and style and brands. And that is that when you go through the market from budget, high street, up to the mid-level and then up to designer, basically, frankly, what's happening is an inverse quality curve, okay? So basically, budget, mid-range, designer, you have a quality curve that goes like this, okay? So basically what that means is that just because you pay €3,000 for a coat does not mean that that coat is going to be significantly higher quality than a coat in the mid-range of the market. So in terms of craftsmanship and construction, you are not getting extra bang for your buck when you go designer. What you are getting is design. So if you really value unique design and amazing, creative, structured design, original design, then absolutely go designer, pay the extra, it will be worth it. But if you are looking for well-crafted, well-constructed pieces in very high quality fabrics, then the mid-range of the market is really where you want to focus your attention. And that is why I want to highlight the brand called the Curated today. So I'm looking up at my rail. You can't see it, it's off camera, but I basically have a rail of clothes here, and I have no fewer than 3 blazers from the Curated on this rail. I have their black blazer, their stone blazer, and most recently I've added their linen classic blazer as well. And the reason I keep going back to the Curated for blazers is because they just do them better than anyone else, in my opinion. And the Curated take fabric offcuts that are used by the top designer brands in the industry. They use those fabrics to create those pieces. So, and yet they're at a mid-range price point. So for the linen blazer, for example, I paid €150, it was on sale. And for the other 2 blazers, I paid €300 each. And that is a mid-range price point, but I am getting top-notch fabric quality and design for that price. So for that reason, I really think the Curated are well worth your time and attention. They certainly have served me well for the last few years, and as a brand, they're probably my favourite discovery of the last couple of years since I started over on my personal style journey. I'm going to talk about one designer brand that I think are very reasonably priced, and after that I'm going to give some honourable mentions to a few high street brands that I think are really killing it in terms of all of their recent collections. So first of all, the designer brand I want to speak about is Toteme. Now, I only have the one piece from them. It is a handbag, but I actually think I get the best bang for my buck with this particular piece. So it has the designer element of it being a unique design. It's incredibly well crafted using premium materials, and the design of the bag itself is really functional and really versatile and really clever in the way it's put together. And if you want to learn more about that, check out my videos that I've done on that particular bag here. But for now, all I'll say is that it's given me a really good experience of the brand. The bag itself is well under €1,000, which is really on the cheaper end of designer handbags and the whole spectrum of prices for designer handbags. It's one of the most affordable designer handbags on the market. And the fact that Toteme were able to deliver it at that price point, but at that quality level, I think is really, really impressive. Toteme, like all of the brands I speak about today, actually really hit that sweet spot between contemporary yet timeless. So again, I feel that all of their pieces will really last the test of time. And for that reason, I am going to be keeping my eye on Toteme very closely over the next couple of years and hopefully adding a few more pieces from them. Going back to the budget-friendly friend of the high street now, and to a brand that I think many of you may never have heard of, but one I highly recommend, and that is the one I'm actually wearing right now. They're a brand called Petite Studio, and as their name would suggest, they are designed with petites in mind, which as someone who's 5'2", I really, really appreciate. And I can certainly attest to the quality of their clothing and the suitability of its design as well, particularly for us shorties. But the other reason that I really love this brand, and I particularly want to recommend it in this video, is because for me it's actually very reminiscent of Toteme in that it provides really high detail and high quality craftsmanship on their pieces at a really, really affordable price point. And you can probably see it in what I'm wearing now. You know, it's this really gorgeous shirt with plackets down the front. It has beautiful balloon sleeves and a cinched wrist. It's really well constructed. It has this very flattering, slightly puffed sleeve as well. So I just think it's a shirt that looks really, really elevated and a lot more expensive than it is. And I think brands that are able to produce those kind of pieces are really, really worth our attention. So for that reason, Petite Studio has also made it onto my list of best brands today. And I want to stick with the high street for a second and give 2 more honourable mentions. And they are first to Arket, very similar to And Other Stories in that they provide quite minimal, contemporary yet timeless pieces in, if you pay attention and select the right pieces, in really good fabrics as well, using natural fabric compositions. Now, like any budget brand, you have to watch out for polyester and synthetics, but in general, you absolutely can find many, many good, well-designed pieces in natural fabrics. So for that reason, I absolutely love Arket, and I tend to search And Other Stories and Arket interchangeably because the chances are between them they will have something that I want to add to my wardrobe. And the final honourable mention, which goes to Uniqlo. Now, I only have a few pieces from them, from their Heat Tech range. They're really good layering basics, and considering the amount of times I've worn them over the years, they have held up incredibly well. My black Heat Tech scoop neck top is something I've worn again and again and again and still looks as good today as it did the day I bought it. So Uniqlo are absolutely excellent, and that's not just my opinion, that is actually your opinion as well, because of all of the brands, save maybe Sezane, Uniqlo by far has been the most praised and recommended brand in my comments section over the years. And if that's not a ringing endorsement, I don't know what is. So Uniqlo, it's not just loved by me, it's loved by you as well. So if you're watching this and you haven't tried Uniqlo yet, then do give them a try. They come highly, highly recommended. Speaking of the comments section, I would love to hear from you as always. So let me know, are there any brands that you would particularly like to recommend to people? Any brands that really stand out for you in terms of quality and design and longevity? Please do let us know in the comments section, because it's so great to share the knowledge amongst us all. And if you found this video useful or enjoyable, then please give it a thumbs up, because it really helps the channel grow. And speaking of growth, if you haven't already, do subscribe to the channel as well and hit that notification bell, because it will make sure you never miss a future video. Speaking of future videos, I have a very exciting video coming up next week, all about my newest handbag. It is, will I tell you what it is? Okay, yes, I will. It's the Loewe Mini Flamenco in the tan colour. I got it for the spring-summer season. I think it's going to look amazing with my summer outfits. And I delve into that bag and tell you a little bit more about it and show you a little bit more in next week's video. So I really hope you'll be able to join me for that one. And in the meantime, I just want to say thank you so, so much for watching, and hopefully see you next week. Bye.